As of this recording, it has been 13 years since Splinter Cell Blacklist first released. 13. That is a very long time. And in this video, I am replaying Splinter Cell Blacklist on Perfectionist mode because the Splinter Cell series is one of my favorites in gaming. It's just unfortunate that after the release of Splinter Cell Blacklist, Ubisoft went in a different direction entirely with a focus on live service. And Sam Fisher, the series protagonist, was forced to be a cameo character in a number of different games. And this is honestly not how I felt it would go, but here we are 13 years later with no Splinter Cell game and a remake that is supposedly in development, but is more than likely like the Prince of Persia remake and not doing so well. So I would not hold my breath on a Splinter Cell remake anytime soon. With all that being said, there are going to be spoilers for this video because it is a full playthrough, and I will be giving my thoughts at the end of the video about Splinter Cell Blacklist and how it is held up over the past 13 years. And if you'd like to drop a like or subscribe, please feel free to do so. There's no pressure. And with all that out of the way, let's begin. What type of workouts do you think Sam does to get in this type of shape at this age? It's gotta be like 50, right? I think. I'm gonna do my best not to kill anyone. Don't hold me to that. Whistling to get an enemy's attention in any Splinter Cell game is incredibly cheap. I'm just glad it's back now. That man's awareness is on point. I like that. You get a tase. You get a tase. That's unfortunate. Just found out you cannot resupply, so I'm going to break my no-killing rule right now. First try. What was that? He turned so fast. That pad thing made no sense. You could have just walked around like a normal person or stopped and paused so I could at least attack you. It's very rude. Unnecessary. I don't want to show what I did to that dog, but just know it's sleeping. Okay? It's just napping. I promise. Concussion. Maybe. Maybe more than that. Maybe he fractured his skull. But that sounded painful. Probably shouldn't go to the right, but let's take a risk here. Looks clear to me. Yeah, that's my fault. The game has crashed twice now, which was kind of annoying. That's fine. That was so loud. That should have alerted somebody, honestly. No way. I for sure thought he was going to see that. Night-night. He looks like he's going to be too outside of my range to grab him. Ooh, almost. The AI on Perfectionist tend to rove a lot, and it looks like they break off some of their routes sometimes, which is kind of cool. Makes it feel like it's dynamic stealth. Do we have another victim? Dude, don't stop there, please.
I thought I heard something.
You asshole. Should have just played ball. I wonder how this is going to go without mark and execute.
For now.
It went okay.
Thank you.
I thought I was going to die, honestly. You are very squishy.
Who are you? CIA?
I forgot that you have like certain escort missions with NPCs. I think you do this twice in the game, if I remember right. And that's the end of the first level. One of the more interesting things that Blacklist tried to do was kind of have these moments where you took control of Griggs for certain sections, whether it's like first person run and gun, or you're using him to clear out enemies before Sam actually arrives, or provide support when you're trying to eliminate enemies who are chasing the paladin. It's all done, you know, to give you a far more cinematic experience. It's a nice little break, I think, from some of the stealthier stuff. This one in particular is pretty fun. There's a little pro tip for you if you're thinking about playing this on Perfectionist like me. Whistle. That's it. That's all I got, guys. As I was trying to put my back against a window for cover, I made too much noise, and this guard heard me. I really need to upgrade my suit. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? One of the best things about the level design in Blacklist, especially early on, is that you are doing this out in the open during the day. And it is really cool. I really wish more stealth games would implement this. I do think there's a game coming out called Crossfire, I think that's what it is, where it looks like their stealth will be more outside and during the day as well. So that's going to be kind of cool. Now, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to capture any HVTs, get new laptops, dead drops, whatever. You can just play this game however you want. But if you want more money, you want some upgrades for your paladin, upgrades for your suits and your weapons, you gotta do a little side hustle. Kidnapping is a part of that. This whole damn time I wasn't running. I wasn't holding down A. Oh my goodness. Why did I have to wait to the second level to remember this? Anyway, this is the end of the second level.
I'm using the hook.
5 seconds. Hurry up, Sam.
American Consumption is probably the best mission in Splinter Cell Blacklist. I don't know how everyone else feels, but I absolutely love this mission. This is going to be the first time I've ever gone left in this mission. Is that weird? I always take on the right-hand side. I've never seen what the left side looks like. Odd, because I'm left-handed. Fun fact. I saw one guy. I probably should mark these enemies. It's 2. Ooh, let's use the sticky cam. Let me know in the comments what your go-to gadget was in Splinter Cell.
What I'm saying here, man, is you gotta go big or go home. True that. Started with protein.
Mine was a sticky cam, hands down. Oh shit, there's a third guy. And there's a dude down the hallway. Ha! My luck. Game crashed again. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a little aggressive here.
You put those 2 meatheads on one together.
Make these 2 take a nap.
What?
Night, night. Headshot. Let's shock this guy. Quietly sneak up on this dude. Good thing I really upgraded my suit too. Just give me a little bit more stealth.
Listen up. You wanna live, you do exactly.
You know, I don't think this guy actually turns to talk to the hostages unless you actually get close to him. It's very weird. Or I'm not paying attention. One of the two.
Roger that. the bomb squad?
I've been waiting like 40 seconds for this guy. He just takes so long to get through his route. You cannot drop down on certain high-value targets, by the way. You actually have to take them in as a body shield, then knock them out and tie them up. It's very strange, so maybe incapacitate them first with a weapon. Make it easy on yourself. I forgot there were drones in this game. And the drone operator is probably at the end of this tunnel, if I remember correctly. There he is. I don't think there's more than one in any given level. I might be wrong, though, but I do remember them showing up for a couple of things, but yeah, not being too bad.
Sam, they're pumping bioagent at 2 locations.
On Perfectionist, I thought you'd have less time. Honestly. You still get 10 minutes, which is, I think more than enough to get to both A and B and then shut the primary valve down. I'm not saying you need like 5 minutes to do it. That would be pretty crazy and also very tight. But I think, 8 minutes, 7.5, something. I did not expect there to be 10 minutes on the clock again. I've always felt like A is the easiest path. Probably should do this last, honestly, because B has a lot of enemies. One down.
Charlie, how's the valve looking?
2 conserve ammo. We're gonna go around the side. Should be smooth sailing. What is he inspecting? Where are you roving right now? Like, what are you actually doing? Roving the ground now. Got him. The only thing I'm worried about is the elite. I don't really care about all the other enemies, but if I get caught by the elite, it's pretty much an instant restart. He's inspecting the buddy. I gotta go. His back is turned. How does he see me?
Second pump's offline. Grim.
It's gonna
Oh,
work, but
he's
it's
not
too late.
firing or anything.
Shit.
Everyone's alerted though, but he's not.
Already had infection levels in the water and the
What's
main
going on?
entrance is still open.
Maybe
What an odd end to the level. I'll take it though. Level 3 down. This was an odd period in time for games because I think they just started to introduce dogs and everything. So, kind of feel bad if you have to shoot them. I'm just going to put this one to sleep. There he is. Sleeping dogs. Man, Square Enix dropped the ball on that one. I'm going to make a video on that too. Don't know how to feel about this level, honestly. I think this is probably one of the weaker levels in Blacklist. But it does allow you to get aggressive. Sam snaps to that wall. How is he not making noise? Clean. This is the level that introduces a new enemy type. It's like the elite engineers. They look like echelon agents. They're not really threatening. The only ones that actually will give you a hard time are the ones with helmets. Otherwise than that, any gadget or tool works against them. So, that's cool. They had that coming, to be honest. They were flagging each other, getting each other's way. It's kind of embarrassing. I think this next upcoming section is the second escort mission.
Where's this tunnel?
Which is hit or miss, honestly. They're okay. They're okay. I forgot how big the text was in a lot of Ubisoft games. It's like it's screaming at me. Anyway, that's the end of the 4th level. Let's move on, shall we? You know, I don't remember what it looks like when Sam incapacitates an enemy off the ledge. He doesn't throw him off because that'll kill him. What does he do? That seems like it would kill him. Oh my goodness, the snipers. By themselves, they're fine, but once enemies start getting into their routes, it's just a pain in the ass.
Come on, talk to me.
One of the other things that enemies do in this game that I thought was really cool is that if they happen to have a partner or someone they talk to, they will check up on them. So this is one of the earliest examples of that. He is right behind me. Oh, that was a lot of panic fire. This room is kind of tricky. You know, I don't know why they don't scream when they get pulled over. You'd think they would. I know there's one guy over there, but I can't tag him. I'm gonna follow him upstairs and take him out. There you are. Where are you going?
What? Shit! Man down, shooters that way.
There's another one? Where is he? Should have just left it alone. You know, I don't hate many things in Blacklist, but I absolutely hate this objective. This is like, I don't know, man. Attempt 13. I just want them to go where the noise is, and they will not do it. They keep messing up their pathing. One of the enemies keeps glitching into the stairs. I'm hoping that I can get it down on this try. Oh, thank God. And now I have to escape
Sam, you're still not in the clear until that
unseen.
truck leaves.
I'll keep it quiet.
One of you has to move away. I don't care who it is. Thank you. This is a long section for no reason. Also, Sam is poisoned. So there's that.
Sam, your weapon's free.
3 enemies left. The AI is still dumb. Not really a big fan of this section, honestly. It's kind of weird that they kind of force you into these action sequences when you should be able to stealth out of it. I like Griggs. I just don't think that he should be involved in Sam's story because there are sections for him in co-op. Oh, he's dead. Well, that's the end of this level. This is the only level in Blacklist where I experienced a game-breaking bug. This is my 5th time restarting after I validated my files. This is just before I actually went onto the guide and found out what was wrong and corrected it. This was intensely frustrating. We're just going to skip ahead to the part and then you'll see.
Used in a security room.
Once that guard moves and you're able to rappel down all the way to the bottom of the garage, you're going to see the general again. On a normal playthrough, the general will tell you to stop, the guard will come out, he'll speak to him, he'll then send him off somewhere, and then the general's like, hey, come follow me, and then we're going to walk through these lasers together. But instead of that happening, the enemy will walk through the wall. And once they walk through the wall, the general just stands there. Like he does nothing. And if you walk in front of him and try to bug him, he acts like an enemy, and then it can end the mission because you cannot be spotted. So to correct this, when they start talking, just shoot behind them. It'll interrupt their conversation. For whatever reason, the guy will just go off and do his thing, and then the game just allows you to move forward. I don't know why it happens, but whatever. It took a while to fix. This really pissed me off. Clearly pissed them off too, because I got ambushed. The sleep gas is amazing. Can we all agree on that?
He's gone. Spread out and fight this guy.
Twofer.
He's breathing, but hurts bad. Where are you?
I know I don't have to go into the menu to swap out the crossbow bolts. It is just habit. Sorry. You know, I remember cheesing this section like this too when I first played this game. You can go downstairs when you're first going into that server room, and once you just kind of stay down here, hit the pipe, and just hang out. Don't miss your shots like me either. I have no idea how I'm beating this on Perfectionist, everyone. I really don't. That killed him, right? That wasn't like knocking him out. That like sounded like his neck snapped. Ooh, an elite. They really want me to get the drop on you. Now, what I'm about to do is dumb, and you should not repeat it. Alright? Don't do this.
Shots fired.
It's going to force the elite and the other guard to actually move forward so I can get behind them. Don't do it because it's dumb. The elites, they're not affected by your gadgets. I hate it. That looks super painful. I do not have the gear for this. I have nothing that will help me in this situation. Elites with shields? Oh, joy. Oh, I think I'm boned here. Oh, come on. That dude's a dummy. I shouldn't have survived that, but last known location, even though it doesn't actually show my silhouette, it's how they find you. And it's really funny when it works. I could whistle, bait him, drop down and go to the other bridge. But I have a noisemaker. Dummy. As long as I don't miss. I'm sorry, what? Nah. No, I'm pretty sure I hit that. So before the level ends, you get to shoot at cars and stuff like that to help you escape. Yeah, it's I don't know why they include so many sequences like this. There's like one more. Let's move on, shall we?
Another SUV down.
The transit yards are my second favorite level in Blacklist. I love going around disarming the bombs. It is really exciting. These are just so much fun. The mines suck, honestly, but the level itself, its design, a lot of fun to navigate. So the inclusion of the drone is weird, honestly. If you played Ghost Recon Super Soldier, it was like a really cool tool. It was very overpowered. And I didn't think you'd get it here in Splinter Cell. Makes sense, but it's also very overpowered. It's probably the best gadget in the game in terms of just like clearing out enemies quickly. And if you use this a lot, you'll more than likely walk through some of the tougher sections in this game. They're so dumb running into the gas.
Hostile down.
I probably shouldn't waste many gadgets here because the sections ahead are pretty challenging. I'm not under fire. Griggs is. Griggs' sections are weird. I don't know why they're in first person, honestly, because he is carrying items that are meant and built for stealth. I know he has frag grenades, but every weapon has a silencer on it. So clearly, he's trying to get past these sections as quietly as possible. I, however, don't believe in that, so I'm gonna go blow shit up.
He's down.
Just gotta take this little fella out, get the guy in the tower, and then we're off into the next section. Those mines scare the crap out of me. I've been blown up 3 times, so I'm just gonna carry this one body past that mine to see if it works. I hate that. Once I get rid of these snipers, it's going to be smooth sailing, and then it's the train section, and I wonder how I'm going to survive, because there's one section where you have to jump in, and you are surrounded when you do, and I am very concerned. And we're golden. Guess who has 2 thumbs and upgraded their sticky cameras? This guy. Oh. Thought that would kill both of them. Of course it doesn't. This dude has been dragging his feet to get to me. It's annoying. Okay. I'm not going to pull this off on my first try. I know I won't.
Stay down if you don't want to get hurt.
Dude, how are you alive? Man, I honestly do not feel good about this. I have no idea how this is going to work.
You can't stay out there long, Sam. You're gonna hit the tunnel soon.
That was instant. What the f... Maybe grenades? I'm tossing sleep grenades in immediately.
Look, there he is.
Holy shit, I thought I was dead. Wow. All right, let's save the hostages, and then we are out of here.
Let's just take this nice and easy.
And that's the end of the level. Gitmo is probably the toughest section on Perfectionist, and the reason for that is because you have to make it through the first few sections without any gear other than the stun gun. So you have to be really efficient with your shots, make your way through the courtyard, not get seen, and if things do not go your way at all, it's pretty much just going to be restarting sequences over and over again, which I did a bunch. And the one section that gave me the most trouble was just before you get your suit and gear. It is, for whatever reason, I just had bad luck. Guards were super attentive, and I was just trying to get behind everyone because I remember, like, if you just stay on the right-hand side, the guard that's past the fence generally stays away from you, and the other guards move forward even as the power comes back on. But I was just having such a hard time getting past this section. Now, when I got my gear, it was a completely different story because I had my crossbow back, and I was able to make some pretty sick long-distance shots. And just having the ability to knock out multiple enemies at once, and then utilizing the drone to get past, I would say, the trickier sections at the end because you have 2 snipers and a dog to take care of. And just dogs on Perfectionist, they find you so fast. It is crazy. They're probably like my one real source of pain in this game. I can't tell you how many times I've had to restart a section because I would get just in the area of a dog. I think they're relatively far away or whatever, and they would just start barking. And then they would have all the guards on me. And I'm like, okay, time to restart. Because ammo is hard to come by early on, and the dogs early on are brutal. And even here in Gitmo, you can't kill any of the soldiers, and they're all using assault rifles, so they're going to kill you in a couple shots. So it's tough. After Gitmo probably comes the worst section in the game, and I don't understand it. In a game that is filled with so many good levels, so many open areas, I think that this section by itself is probably the one that makes me scratch my head the most. Like, I just don't know why it's included. It feels like it's something out of, like, Call of Duty. It's just so out of place where you have to kind of defend the paladin, and then afterwards you're shooting down vehicles. I don't know why it's included. It's so odd that it's here, and it takes so long on Perfectionist because you cannot mark an X key. Enemies a little tankier, you're a little more inaccurate. It's just not a fun section to play through. So we're gonna skip. Let's see how efficiently I can take out these enemies.
Came from over there.
I'd say pretty efficiently.
Area around the fire station's clear.
Is that 4 elites? Oh. No. I think this will be fine if I can get the top 2 down.
Where'd that?
One more time.
I will find you.
I think the other one is injured, I hope. I thought that would alert everybody. All right. Not gonna gift horse in the mouth. I don't know how this chase sequence is gonna work because I think one guy can absolutely shoot me off the zip line. Holy crap, that almost killed me. Did I have another choice here?
Charlie, I need you to... Got it.
I love how every enemy is confused when you use a silenced weapon. They have no idea what to look. Well, this is the end of the level. This one's pretty fun. Time for the final level of the game, and it is Sniper Alley. This is going to be rough. Update, I just went to the right and encountered almost no resistance, so yeah. I have an upgraded rifle with a silencer, and it just makes such short work of these elite enemies. I love it. Totally forgot about the vents and all the lasers. This is gonna be rough. Update, wasn't that bad. What am I doing? What am I doing? A little close for comfort, but we're fine. Do not avert your eyes, because what you're seeing happens often. I didn't experience this when I first played this on the 360, but every single time on PC, I have ran into at least one very bugged and glitched out enemy. It's very odd. They just kind of stand there, so it kind of ruins their pathing. You have to either knock them out of it or alert them. I alerted these elite enemies, and for some reason, the dudes with the shotguns cannot shoot me, or they just don't acknowledge me from up here. I don't know why. We've pretty much reached the end of the game at this point, and I think that now's a good time to really talk about Blacklist, because all I'm doing now is just completing 3 different objectives. I'll have that play in the background, and also the final boss fight. So it's been 13 years since Splinter Cell Blacklist came out, and I feel like at the time that it wasn't the swan song for the franchise. I really felt like Conviction, Blacklist, and then it was going to lead to another game that was going to be just kind of the modern trilogy. And for whatever reason, that never came. Ubisoft just kind of dropped it off completely. I mean, they kept making Ghost Recon games. They obviously made Rainbow Six Siege. It's the one Tom Clancy title that I feel like just got completely put on the shelf and then forgotten about. Blacklist is a really good game. It does have some major flaws. I feel like I was happier with some of the levels in Conviction because they were as straightforward as humanly possible, with the exception of the one level in which you play as Vic trying to rescue Sam during their deployment. But here it's like they tried to make this cinematic game, and it's really hit or miss. When Splinter Cell Blacklist is sticking with like the dynamic level design and stealth and marrying the two together, I think the game is fantastic. I think the issue ultimately lies in that it doesn't stay the course. It doesn't try to just kind of stay in its lane. It wants to be more. It wants to be kind of like this cinematic game, and it doesn't work for whatever reason. Like, I think Ubisoft really kind of nailed that perfect blend with The Division at times. But with Splinter Cell, I really feel like while Sam Fisher is a good character and it makes sense to kind of expand upon his lore, I just don't think Ubisoft did a good job of that at all. It just felt like, hey, look, we have this like really exciting story. Feels like an episode of 24. Feels like Jason Bourne. Feels like a modern spy thriller. And none of it really hits. If they had just kind of stayed the course, I really do believe Blacklist would be held in higher regard. but it has way too many odd decisions that it just doesn't feel like a great Splinter Cell game, just a really good one. And Blacklist is the complete package. You have a really good co-op mode and an excellent multiplayer. Everything that was really missing from Conviction in terms of replayability, you have that here. Blacklist is a really replayable title. There's a lot. And I think Perfectionism, this difficulty mode alone, really made me feel like playing those old Splinter Cell titles. But it felt modern and it felt fast. It felt like something that I think a lot of fans would love to see in new titles. It's just, I think this is honestly where Splinter Cell is going to be, unfortunately, until Ubisoft either sells the IP or actually showcases this remake that they've been working on. But because they've scrapped other projects recently, other remake projects, I don't know if Splinter Cell ever actually comes back, which sucks because there's such a good opportunity here. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone that has like Blacklist really high on their Splinter Cell hierarchy, because to me, I just don't like the fact that the game culminates in one of the most disappointing boss fights that I've played. It is incredibly odd for a stealth action title like Splinter Cell that has not had a boss fight to culminate in a QuickTime event in which you first must stealth around it and then attack from behind, shoot him in the shoulder, watch Sam get his ass beat, and then have to steal the knife and then ultimately spare him. It is one of the oddest things I've seen in the franchise, and I don't know why it exists. The thing is, because Blacklist actually wraps up fairly neatly, and you could consider anything Sam Fisher does to be something that is as he's called upon, you could literally end the franchise right here. And I don't think anyone wants that. It is insane that this is the final memory that I have of Splinter Cell. This franchise that I have played since its inception in 2002 with the first game, and then all the way to 2013. So I was a teenager when this first came out, and I was in my mid-20s when Blacklist released. It sucks to think that this could be the end of Splinter Cell, a title that I have just been clamoring for. And I think the fan base has just been waiting in anticipation for something to happen. Instead, you get Sam Fisher making cameo appearances in Ghost Recon or whatever else Ubisoft thinks about. It is seriously disappointing. But let me know what you think in the comments, because that's going to do it for this video. If you happen to like the content, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. I am Ducci D, and I'll talk to you next time.